Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander and non-Indigenous Jarjums will be the leaders and changemakers of our future. I have a dream that all of our young people have the freedoms to own their voices, to take their places, and to share their stories without limitations. As an Aboriginal educator, I believe it is essential for all Australian students to learn about First Nations histories and cultures and to share pride in our complete and balanced national history. According to the national curriculum, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories and cultures are given cross-curriculum priority for all students to engage in reconciliation, respect and recognition of the world's oldest continuous living cultures. Learning about Aboriginal histories and cultures allows students to deepen their knowledge of the history of Australia and to develop an understanding of cultural difference and respect for diversity. Promoting Aboriginal education is beneficial in terms of fully engaging Aboriginal students in the curriculum and closing the gap in learning outcomes between Indigenous and non-Indigenous students. Learning about Aboriginal culture is essential for students to develop the ability to respect, coexist and communicate with people of different cultural backgrounds and ethnic groups. Having Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the classrooms leading curriculum, engaging with students and community is absolutely essential to having a well-rounded education. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander educators provide contexts for deeper understandings and the opening of people's minds and the challenging of stereotypes, which allows for many educators, children and the community to move forward on the journey towards reconciliation and inclusive education. Putting culture and community in the classroom is a priority for me. Teaching through language, dreaming stories, yarning circles and connections to country and working hand in hand with community, listening and committing to the needs and aspirations is essential. This helps to develop students' understanding of their identity and a sense of belonging, which is key to engagement and academic achievement. My students have left with a greater sense of what it means to be an Aboriginal person, as their stereotypes and biases were challenged. My hopes for all children, particularly Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children, as we move into the next decade, would be around being able to succeed in mainstream environments, but with their identity, culture, language, heritage and pride at the forefront. What are your hopes for the future, and what steps will you take to assist the achievement of these goals?